So what I'm getting is credit's almost like a how much I could trust you type of thing. So like,
what's up?
Life of a hustler, gotta do it for mother, gotta do it for father, even though he act like a sucker. Life of a hustler, gotta do it for granny, gotta do it for brothers, even if they think I don't love them. Been getting active and hustling.
let's do this.
What's up? We back with another episode of the More Action Podcast. Brandon J, your favorite financial coach on YouTube. I'm here with Arthur Singleton. Has been playing basketball since he was in high school, graduated. Now he's going to Converse University. Okay, I want him to explain his story a little bit, but we are going to be talking about mindset. A lot of people like to jump from here to there. You got to stay focused on one thing. Obviously, my things, finances is right now, credit, all these other things I'm going to be talking about in future videos. But my man here has been focused on basketball, and we're going to talk about how basketball, finances, whatever you're focusing on is kind of all similar. And you got to repeat, you got to prepare, everything that goes along with it. So, Arthur, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we chilling, man. When did we play basketball the first time?
Like YMCA, like years ago.
Because I honestly don't remember how we met. I just remember knowing you.
No, it was those type of things like seeing somebody at the gym and then like gradually talking to them.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Like years ago we used to be at the Y, but you were just a face. I was just a face.
For real, like I swear we was playing basketball like two weeks ago, not even maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, it's been a while since I thought about how we met. But this man been balling. Like you really got handles. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, you got to focus on one thing. So I'm not the best when it comes to basketball. Like I do my best, but when I'm playing, this one right here, talk about speed. I try to keep up as far as skills. Handles. My man's got some handles. So
I appreciate it.
I'm telling you, you got to check him out. But what we want to talk about right now is like your story. You started playing basketball at Buford Academy. We here in South Carolina, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody watching, don't forget. Here, Buford Academy, you're playing basketball, and then you transferred to Buford High.
Yeah.
Now, after Buford High, you went straight into college. You signed at Converse University. So technically, 3 years in a row, you're changing environments, but you're doing the same thing. So what was the most memorable thing having to do? Like, what's the thing that you had to do each new environment?
Adapt, adjust.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you mean like with coaches and the teammates and everything like that?
And environment too.
Yeah.
It's an environment, different schools. Went from a private school, public, now to university.
I never been, man, private school. Like, what is that like? I ain't never been in private school.
It's not how it looks. It's just smaller with at Buford High you got public schools, you got more diverse crowds versus at a private school you probably it probably it's less diverse almost. Yeah, just smaller really.
I know how it could be moving environments and trying to stay focused. On playing basketball. Like, what's some things you had to completely just like skip?
I never been to a party, bro.
You never been to a party?
Nah.
You have a birthday every year. You never thrown a birthday party or like something like that?
Bro, I sit with the family. We go out to eat. We sing happy birthday. That's it.
That's how it was for me too. 8th grade to 10th grade, I remember no parties. It wasn't nothing like that.
Yeah,
I was with the family. But after 10th grade, man, I was trying my hardest. Like I was like, I'm gonna throw a party.
I only I'll hang out with my friends, but like party, like nah, none of that. None of that.
And look, that's good because what we're talking about right now is distractions. Jumping from thing to thing. A lot of people sit there and wonder, why haven't I, had it as easy? But they don't realize it wasn't even easy.
Yeah.
For you or the person that they're talking about, they had to skip parties. They had to consistently be in the gym or studying or whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
They had to be consistent. So other than skipping parties, like what would you say was your favorite thing about basketball? Because you obviously didn't do much else. Like you've been practicing on the team, off season, you doing your thing. So what you enjoy the most?
I just love basketball.
I
like the sound from the ball bouncing to the shoe squeaking. And like I'm not even saying that on camera, bro. I love the game.
I love perspective, man.
I love how it feels to make shots. I like how it feels to dap your teammate up. I just love the game.
This is a trash talker right here now. I'm gonna tell you something right now.
I love to talk.
Talk some shit, yo. Hey, don't let them get in your head. I know y'all up there at the university watching, talking about, oh, he seemed cool on camera. No,
Nah, I'm shy on campus.
Yeah, shy on camera. Get him on the court. 19 years old.
Oh, yeah, I'm 19.
Keep in mind, I'm 27. So this conversation is also so he can learn a little something, because
yeah, for sure.
Obviously basketball is his thing, but finances is mine. And the one thing that pisses me off is when people my age or older than me say, damn, I wish I learned that when I was 19.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish they taught that in high school. Let me ask you something. When you get to the league, right?
Yeah.
There's 40% of players,
yeah,
and then there's 60% of players. Which percentage are you going to be a part of?
The 40.
40%.
Yeah.
And why would you say, like, off rip, why would you say that?
That was just like, that's the bottom tier, like 40. Like, that's the top tier. Obviously, it's less people at the top. So
it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly right. 40% of NBA players actually keep a hold of their money after they retire. And I'm not saying they're rich. It could be middle class. They could be wealthy. They could be billionaires. There's a lot of people who have, kept their money and actually expanded. Think about Shaquille O'Neal. He ain't doing nothing with he's playing basketball. His son's in basketball, but he's got deals with pizza,
Everything,
insurance,
almost.
Life insurance. Think about shit like that.
Yeah.
But there's other players
like Delonte West, the LeBron's teammate that you see asking people for money.
See what I'm saying?
Flat out broke.
You can depend on the skill you've been perfecting, but once you make some money, you have to understand you got to do something with that. You can't just think you're going to continue to make money. There's going to be a point in time where you yourself want to retire. You want to stop doing what you're doing. Say you're playing basketball. It's going to be a time where you either slowing down, you're trying to get out of the game, maybe get into coaching or something. You want to switch your profession. So why not do something where the money you've made working for you? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's real.
So as far as basketball goes, I know you probably not even thinking about money right now, but how's college basketball like? It's your second year in college, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be my sophomore year in the classroom, but I'll be a freshman on the basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still in the gym with some of the guys working out, playing king of the court. At the start of the year before the season, I was running with them, and you're not as good as you are back where you're from. Like, you see, when we play, I'm doing all these crazy crossovers, these step backs, all these up there. Nah, everybody can do what you do, but better, faster. There's faster, there's stronger, they're quicker.
That's the adapting you're talking about, I guess. Yeah.
So now at school is more. When I was in the runs, it's more catch and shoot.
Right.
Dribble the ball probably 3 times when I was playing in the runs with them. So it's a lot. Yeah.
That practice.
Yeah.
Is way different. How much percentage wise would you say practice has increased like since back in high school? Pretty much. Like, how far was the jump?
It was huge. It was huge, especially around here.
Yeah.
Because you don't well, we have good basketball players. They're older though, but it's hard. It's hard to match that level. Mm-hmm. Just from, I can say it just from, playing with the guys in the runs.
Right.
One-on-one is a king of the court is real different.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing though. You got to go through hard, tasks and obstacles to become better and find new paths, like different ways to handle the ball or like, score on people that, basically, like you said, have your skills too. It's like playing yourself probably ain't easy,
but better. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
So that's what you got to understand. Whenever you're doing one thing, you're gonna run into something that might make you want to quit. Going through the hard obstacles is what's gonna change you. Is what's gonna reframe your mindset and eventually turn into a success story. You are playing basketball, for the love of it, but at the same time, you are trying to, bring in some cash playing basketball.
You're right.
Profession wise.
You're right. But another thing is you can't play forever. Feel me? So you gotta have something else to do.
Yeah. So
that's why I feel like this is real important. I'm sitting here talking to you right now.
So
this guy knows his stuff.
Hey,
real.
I appreciate you, man. That's Ryle.
Yeah.
Ryle Owens. Shout out to Ryle. He's playing basketball. He's going crazy. Playing overseas. This is how I see things going for him. When he's at the age of 26, 27, he's playing overseas. I don't know if he's already talked about finances, has a financial advisor.
Nah.
Like at that age. Would you even be thinking about getting one if I hadn't said something about it just now?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, not at all.
You playing for the love of basketball, but money's gonna start coming in.
Yeah.
And what I don't want to hear this man say it at 27 years old is, man, I wish I learned that at 19. Yeah. So let's say, for example, right, you get a deal and all of a sudden somebody paid you $1 million, like straight up. What's the first thing you're thinking I'm about to do with this right now?
$1 million. Take care of everybody back home. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever they need, if grandma needs a car or aunt needs a car, buy her this. If grandma needs a house, take care of that. Like whatever they need, I want to be able to take care of.
Now, this is my thing.
Yeah. And I may not have enough money for all that. So
how do you know the difference between what somebody wants and what somebody needs?
Fact. Gotta watch like just put in perspective. Somebody gets drafted to the NBA, you know, their friends doing what you just said, you know, because it's family, like your close family, probably you don't got to worry that much about, but it's coming. Maybe if it's from your friends, a person from your past, it's going to come.
But at some point in time, finances is going to become important, because why would they be complaining about it? Yeah, you want to take care of everybody back home, but say you buy anybody, I don't care who it is, a house.
Yeah.
You know, houses have taxes. Have mortgages, like payments every month, right? So, yeah, you bought them the house,
but now you got to keep paying for it.
Your responsibility. Because I'm paying for someone else's lifestyle, will they expect more? Yeah. Will they not like me if I stop? Because now I'm in a financial situation. That's what I would hate to see. Oh, yeah, mom, grandma, I'm going to get y'all whatever. And then you start losing money. And now you can't continue the payments. You never know how anybody's going to react. So what I'm trying to get you to think about is when you buy shit from people, you take on responsibility.
Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. Preparation. That's the whole point of this. What I want to do is teach you. You know anything about credit? Like, what do you know about credit? Because this will help me know what I need to say right now. If you know nothing, it's okay to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I know a little, but I don't know too much. Like credit cards and stuff. But I barely know something about that.
Did you know that like a car loan is basically credit?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
cool. I just had a friend buy a car actually.
Right.
You can he took a loan out from the bank, and now like over time you repay it.
Now see, you know, you have to meet some sort of requirement to get that loan.
Yeah.
You don't just go to the bank and say, "Hey, give me 50,000 real quick." The bank like, "All right."
Nah. I'll go there right now.
You see what I'm saying? You would just go right now. Like everybody would just go to the bank and be like, "Yo, let me get 1,000 real quick."
Yeah.
But the reason you can't do that is because of credit. Like I'm not saying you have to fix your credit score.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you want to obtain things easier, cheaper, fix your credit. Have good credit, because that's the difference between people who have bad credit and good credit. If someone with bad credit goes to the dealership, this car right here, $30,000, but they're going to sell it to you for $45,000, $50,000. And then on top of that, they're going to add interest. It's the same, like no salesman buys something for the price he sold it to you.
Because you got to make the profit. They got to make a profit,
Put a down payment, lower your payments over time. That's exactly right. $50,000, say you gave the dealership $10,000.
Yeah.
Now you only owe $40,000, right? The payments each month are now lower. Yeah. But what I was getting into is interest. Every month that you pay a bill, you're paying the interest that you owe.
Yeah.
And you're paying the principal, which is that $40,000.
So you're paying both
at the same time. They take a portion of the so say your car note is $400.
Yeah.
When you pay that $400, let's say $158, $200 of that goes to interest,
and then the rest goes to
and then the other $200 goes to the overall. So people will pay their bill and they'll look at their leftover balance and they'll wonder how does that make sense?
Yeah,
it makes sense because you're paying interest. Now the amount of interest you're paying, that's up to you, and that's why I teach you about this credit score shit. The difference between 3% and 15% on a $50,000 car is ridiculous.
It's almost like, so what I'm getting is credit's almost like a how much I could trust you type of thing. So like, say my friend asked to borrow money, and he'll repay me. This friend isn't the best with money, so I give him like $5. My other friend, who's good with money, asks the same thing, and he says he'll repay. He's good with money,
and I give him like 20.
Huh?
That's the thing. How do you know?
like they repaid me in the past type of thing. Yeah, I'm trying to put. Yeah.
Okay, see, credit is a record of the past. So when you go to a bank, when you go to a realtor and say, hey, I want this house, I want this loan, they're saying, how have you been with money? If in the past you haven't paid me back, I'm not going to loan you that much. If in the past you've given me my money back the next day, I'm going to loan you money to get your credit right with your people. That's how the bank's going to look at you. When it comes to credit, you can pretty much get anything you can afford. So say you have $10,000 and you spend it all on liabilities, which is anything that takes money out of your pocket. You're losing money. I mean, over time, what you paid for probably isn't even going to put money back into your pocket. Yeah. You know, let's say like a
pair of shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, anything that puts money back into your pocket is considered an asset. And turn them into an asset. How could a pair of shoes become an asset?
Resell them
for more than you bought them, right?
Yeah.
Say take a pair of shoes that you got for $200, sell it for $250. You have turned a pair of shoes into an asset. How could you turn a TV into an asset? Imagine you bought the biggest TV. Super Bowl's coming. Ooh. I can host a party with that TV. Yeah. That TV could make me some money. Types of game. You can do football game every Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Pay for itself.
Exactly. Yeah. See, that's what I'm trying to do is open your mind up. Anything, for the most part, can become an asset.
Yeah.
But when you buy it with the mindset of a liability, you know, it just is what it is. It'll cost you. Is a house an asset or a liability?
Because you say assets is things that make money for you.
Exactly.
And liability. Actually, it can be an asset.
Can be?
Because if they move into the new house, right, you still have the older house. You can, because a guy does this that I know, you can rent the house out. The old house out to other people. While you're in the new house, the old house, in a way, be paying for the new house because you're renting it out.
You're right. Yeah. So you know what that did though? That turned the old house into an asset.
Yeah.
The new one.
Yeah.
The new one is still a liability.
Yeah.
So I like the way you thought about that, but just understand the difference.
Yeah.
Anything that takes money out of your pocket is a liability. If it puts money into your pocket, it's an asset. So as long as you do the math right, you were pretty much right. But one of them has to be a liability unless both of them are being rented out, which can happen. Because think about this. Say you take the first house and you start renting it out. You turned it into an asset, right? What if you started renting both out, right?
Yeah.
The first house could pay for the second, and the second house could pay for your family's vacation.
Yeah.
Now you have two assets.
Yeah.
People think, I want it to be mine. Okay, you can do that, you know, but also keep in mind, you don't be home all the time. And sometimes when you're home for too long, you want to get away.
Yeah.
Always keep in mind that anything can become an asset. Literally everything we're talking about right now, I didn't learn until I was 23. I was YouTubing and just watching people who were willing to teach on YouTube. If you run into a situation where you can't really pay for something, right? It's another reason to have good credit. Credit is just access to money.
Yeah.
If you're short $3,000, you have credit, you have access to money.
Yeah.
That's why I like to teach ways to get more of it, to have it on standby, because things happen. You know what I mean? I have this book coming out, by the way, The Credit Curriculum. You can still pre-order it right now. $10, Brandon J Services. Get the book at that price. I talk about in that book how you could be driving down the road and all of your tires just pop. All of them. Let's just say. I mean,
tires cost.
Literally.
No, that's real. That's real.
I asked my mom for money. When the pandemic hit, I asked my mom for money like 4 times. With credit, I haven't had too many emergencies. But I tell you, when you know that you have access, it can be paid for. This is just the beginning of this lesson. Okay, we are coming back for a part 2, me and Arthur. And you know, you could always teach me something on the court, give me a little lesson.
No, for
I'm just saying, I asked him one time, I asked him, this was a good episode. We're going to be back for part 2. Let them know one more time where they can find you on Instagram.
ArthurLS.3. Just follow me,
Check them out on Instagram. But it's Brandon J, More Action Podcast. Until part 2. Peace.
Yeah, we out.